All right, this is SketchUp. It is Pro 2022. And I'm going to export. Here's what I'm doing, okay, just so you know. So SketchUp, if I was to label all these, I'm a new guy, right? I don't know what I'm doing. So I would use 3D text or something, and it would look kind of goofy. I want to have the names of these things annotated. This is going to be my lumber yard, right? And I moved all these. These are joists. I've whatever. I went to the 3D store and got a whole bunch of people's stuff, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to make my own, and I'm going to make them all the correct length of what they are. Like an 8-foot stud is actually 92 5/8, and then and if you want a really easy way to remember it, it's 7 foot 8 5/8. The next one up is 8 foot 8 5/8, 9 foot 8 5/8, 10 foot 8 5/8, 11 foot 8 5/8. So if you had to have a different variety of walls that were a difference of 1 foot or 2 foot, 3 foot, whatever, that's the size of your studs. And so what I did was 2x4, 2x6, 2x8, and then plates. So let's go back to Chief. And I thought this would look good because this is like aerial, I believe. Let me find out. It's either aerial or it's that other kind of aerial. Let's see, I got to group all of it. There we go. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's aerial modified. So let's just do regular plain old aerial. I use aerial modified because I bought a Chief thing that makes superscript for windows and doors. Ever since I've been framing, a 6/8, like a 3068 was 3 and then superscript 0, then a hyphen and then 6 and a superscript 8. And that was on plans before they had all this software. Well, now like Chief doesn't do that. It just does 3-0. No, it does 30 and then it is /68. And so I've had people say, so is it 30 inches wide by 68 inches tall? And it's just confusion. So there's a whole reason why people do things the way they do. And sometimes software isn't there and it's hard to explain to people. Let's eliminate the confusion because that's an honest question from somebody who doesn't know, and it takes up time, and it's, it just adds to the never-ending list of little things that get in people's way. So I would like to have that changed. And I found a guy. He was very inexpensive. He wrote Ruby script, but I shouldn't have to do that. Chief's pretty expensive. There should be some things that are automated in Chief that are not. And so then you have people that do Ruby scripting. Okay, so this is all good. So now what you do, let's save it. And this is just in a generic plan view in Chief. Here's how I have all mine laid out. I'm actually switching to this, but I number them so that they're alphabetically in the order that I would draw them. So the very first thing at the bottom, I start on floor 1, but then when I go down, I want a separate footing, save plan view, and a separate foundation, and then I go. The only reason I use architectural is because when I bought the template from Dan Bowman, that's how he had it named. But anyways, here's what I do. I do this. So now we're going to export. File, export, current view to DWG. And now take a look. I've got text. And the text is visible. And here's all my options. I'm taking this. There are no walls. These are just polylines with fill in them. And I could export all layers. That would be interesting. Because here's what I've done. I've tried it with that one checked, and I've tried it with every one of these unchecked, and then one at a time just to see what happens. And every single time I export it, there's no text. And that's what I want on the other side. So what I'm going to do is try this one, hit export. We're going to call it Walmex Lumberyard, save, replace, minimize, file, import, Walmex Lumberyard, import. layers. Okay, so no option, just have to hit close. Boom. Okay, so it loaded them, but the text didn't show up. And that's the whole reason I did this, was I wanted a nice clean text. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to have to export that as a PDF. But it's going to have to be PDF 1-to-1. And so these two lines here are 100 feet in both directions in model space. So let's delete that. Let's go here and go File. What am I? Export PDF. I don't want it letter size. They don't have a size that's big enough for me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? You know what I mean? I don't have a... This sucks. I have no way to go in here and tell it a size other than this. Like there should be somewhere in here where I can pick my size and say, or ignore this and come down here and do 1-to-1. That's what it should be. Let's see what this is. Come here, you. Half scale. Well, that's pretty close, but it's not going to show up on the page right. Because these pages are what, 3 feet wide, and these boards are 16 feet long. So I'm going to have to do it to a scale. If I do it to this scale, I think I can zoom it by 48, if I remember correctly. All right, let's save as a PDF. Let's call it that. Save. And then, man, I can't make it that big that way, but I could go here, File, stop, File, Import. Let's import this, import. Oh, wow, that's weird. It's gonna do that, huh? What the? Oh, it's okay. It's letting me kind of do a little bit of a scale. Okay. Well, so that was bad. Let's get rid of that. Let me try this again, because why it offset from the center so far is goofy. I should be able to snap right to there. File, export, PDF. See, why is it doing that? Why is this off center? Oh, you know why? Okay, hold on. There's no way to control this. You'll see here in the preview window. See, now it's farther over here, but I need it. Well, whatever. Let's just go with this. Save as a PDF. We'll see if we can make this work. Okay. Close that. Minimize this. Import PDF. So I'm going to have to move this later. So what I'll do is I'll just go like this. Somewhere around here. All right. Oh, that's really blurry. That sucks. Okay, so then I wanted to scale it, so I would do, how would I do this? Well, I'm not going to play with this because I don't know what I'm doing. In Chief, I would have drawn the line horizontally and it would have scaled. No, I don't want that. I want the move command, and we're going to go, well, hopefully it'll let me grab right here. And then if I had the scale turned on, I could drag this over and it'd be right. But see, this sucks. This isn't. So you can understand what I want. I wanted a white PDF to underlay all the lumber with nice, clean Arial text, since it was part of the PDF. Well, I'm not going to waste time on that either because I'm shooting in the dark on both of these. So let's get rid of that. And I will carry on with building this stuff. And what I would really like is if anybody has some actual realistic looking lumber textures, like Douglas fir or southern yellow pine or SPF something, because I look over here and I'm like, ugh, none of this is even close. I think this is the default out of the box. So as you can tell, I have no idea how to add to this. I went, I think I went here, new texture, and all it let me do was put colors, and the colors didn't even come up here. I don't know anything about what I'm doing. So, well, the other thing is layers. Someday I'm gonna have to figure that out. I read somewhere recently in one of these blogs that tags are the new layers. Because this, I may be stupid about this, but I want plates on a layer, studs on a layer, joists on a layer, plywood on a layer, like wall plywood on a layer, and flooring subfloor on a layer, and roof plywood on a layer. Because I think the more that I do each unique thing on its own layer, then that material can be captured for a very accurate material list. And builders love that. If they don't have to do any work and they just have a printout that says exactly, according to the model, exactly this, then they can put in their traditional percentage overages depending on the crews they use and how good they handle their fall off or waste. You know, some people are 15%, some people are 5%. That's how I think I want to do it, but I think I'm still on layer 0. I don't even know how to find layers, but as you can tell. But I like SketchUp. It's way different than what I expected. When I first tried it, when it was Google's product, I could make a square and I could make a rectangle, and I didn't understand about grouping things, so I was having frustrations with everything sticking to everything, and I thought, okay, this is just for kids. So I left it alone, and I stuck with AutoCAD. And wow, you guys who mastered SketchUp, holy moly, it's really amazing. And this whole idea, Larry said he has a whole digital lumber yard, and immediately I was like, yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Because I've already got these the right length. I don't have to do anything. So as I build something and then I put one in a corner, or, I'm actually going to build some T's and corners. So it'd just be like a regular job site. You can just come and get what you need and plop them in. And that whole M plus thing, or M option, copy them all out. And I don't know. It's pretty exciting. I don't know how it works for layout. Chief does a pretty good layout. So I might just do this for like visuals, because really it's dangerous to draw the same house in 2 different softwares, because you're going to do something wrong in one of them. They're going to be off or something, and now you're dealing with one thing says one thing and the other says the other, and you won't find it until somewhere in the job site, somebody has to break out a Sawzall. So I got to be careful with this. Chief is really good at certain things, like plans for permit are pretty quick. But if I want an exact roof cut list, this is the software. So, all right, I'm gonna let this. I got to work on this. So the PDF underlayment didn't work. So I'm gonna go back to the SketchUp forums and just kind of cruise around and see what's on there. Lots of good information. Seems like people are very helpful. So, Braden, man, you're awesome. Thanks for reaching out on YouTube and sending me this direction.